Hey guys, I'm having to do this disclaimer because I tried uploading this video and got blocked on YouTube. Every single song of them was blocked on YouTube. So I worked really hard on this video. I really liked this video. I wish that the audio could be there, but I had to make the hard decision of just uploading it without the audio and just putting the links in the description. Maybe you can open up another tab and follow along with it, or have two devices. I don't know, however you're able to do that. Sorry, it's going to be a big pain in the butt to try to follow along with the music I'm hearing while I'm reviewing it. But yeah, I guess, I don't know why. I guess maybe these songs are just so popular that that's what's going on, that they're just blocking them all because for whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, pretty frustrating. I've been sick and a lot of things have come up that's delayed me. I'm sorry about that. But here's the video. Hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye. Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a while. I have not been uploading like I used to. I'm sorry about that. Been busy and also a little bit unmotivated lately, but getting back to it. Also, don't mind the imperfections in this little thing I just put together. Just some of my favorite albums. I just figured I'd put it there, just, I don't know, show people what kind of music I like, what kind of albums some of my favorites. But anyway, enough about that. So we are doing the best that country has to offer, according to my coworker. So basically, I'm going to first start with my background on country a little bit, and then move to the story that leads into the video. So my background on country is I grew up hating it. I grew up loving rock. I hated country, hated pop, still hate pop, definitely. But I grew up hating country a lot. And there were songs here and there that were like, okay, this is fine. Like, I don't hate this. I don't even know the song names, just things that have come up throughout my life. Some few country songs have come up, like when I'm out in the public, and I'm like, okay, this song's not terrible. So I really had a hatred for country for a very long time, and then I went to South Carolina for I think it was about a week or so, and over there, at least where I was, there was no pop music to be found. It was just country music. So I had no other choice but to listen to it. And also, my plane was very early to where I was going, and I was there at like 10:30ish. And I went to check into my hotel, and they don't let you do that. The one I went to, it was like 3 p.m. was check-in. And I'm like, well, they wouldn't even let me hang out in the lobby. They said you have to go find something to do, basically. And I have all my luggage, and I'm like, really, dude? All right, whatever. And I went to a nearby McDonald's and just basically chilled there. And I brought a console with me. I was able to play it while I was just, I ate and just basically played games with my luggage until I eventually could get to my room. And so, what's that? 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, like almost 5 hours, 4.5 hours, just sitting there listening to country music, because that's all they, at least at that McDonald's, that's all they were playing was country music. And first I freaking hated it, but I think throughout the week of just, constantly, my elbow just popped, that was cool, constantly just being subjected to it the whole week, I came to the conclusion that for like public music just being in the background, country is a way better alternative than pop music for me. That's my conclusion that I came to. That was the longest I'd ever been subjected to country music in my life. And, everywhere you go, it's pop music. And pop music is just annoying as crap, just freaking repeats the same words and phrases just over and over and over and over. Drives me freaking insane. So, with country, it was like, I didn't like a lot of the things they were talking about, but at least there was music there with, they had guitars and drums and bass. Like, they have a band it's at least, you know, a majority of it, and the stuff I was listening to. And granted, most of it is basically just pop country these days. Is pretty much what country is. It's just like a country form of pop. It's, I don't know, man. It's just, it's not what it used to be. Old country was not that bad, but the last like 20 years country, oh my gosh, rough stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Going into when I was there, you know, it wasn't too bad. Like, for an alternative, like, I can tune out the twangy, weird stuff I don't like and focus more on the instruments, which sometimes they can be pretty all right. And, you know, there's certain vocalists, some of my favorite bands, like some of their screaming or some of their singing is not my taste, but the music's so good that it's not a big deal. Like, I don't really pay attention to it. As long as the core music's good, that's all that really matters to me. There's plenty of bands, like, I mean, oh, hey, it switched over to my other albums list. I was gonna point it out, but now they're nowhere to be found. Now it's a whole different album list. I guess I could do this. All right. So this album right there, like Between the Buried and Me. So, also on my shirt. Like, I don't think he's a very good screamer. I think he used to be pretty all right. And he has I think Parallax 2 was his best album screaming. But I don't really like his screaming as a whole. His singing is amazing. And them as a whole, they're my favorite band. Don't like his screaming. So, you know, it's just like, I'm trying to mention to you that, like, just because I don't like one part of the song doesn't mean I am gonna disregard it or just say it's crap because I don't like one part of it. Like, as long as the actual instruments are good, that's all that matters to me, or that's the core part that matters to me. And I will point out if I don't like the vocals, because you can't ignore them. At first, after a while you can, but I think at first it does stand out. That's for sure. I think in most songs, if you don't like the vocals, that's the first thing you notice. So anyway, so I had a better experience when I was in South Carolina with country. I was like, all right, you know, I think as just being out in public, not that bad. Much preferable than freaking pop music. Anyway, so that out of the way. So, to why I'm making this video, basically, I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and another coworker was overhearing my conversation. I was actually showing her a song that I made. I was just showing her like an update of it, and he butted in to give me his 2 cents about how much he hates metal and how terrible it is. And we got in a bit of a debate. You know, I asked some pretty, you know, honest questions, like, you know, okay, so you like country all about because of what they're talking about, but they only talk about like 4 things. And he even admitted most of it does talk about just basically 4 topics, and that's pretty much it. But I have to give it to him that he was very honest about most things. Some of the things I call complete BS on, but I'm not going to get into that conversation. Basically, what we went back and forth, and you know, it was definitely not going anywhere. I feel like it was more of him trying to prove that he's right, and more than it was like an objective conversation. Because I was trying just to get him to even admit that, because my thing is like, whether you like metal or not, and most people just don't like it because of the screaming. That's pretty much the main reason why people don't like it. But I was like, dude, you have to admit, it's pretty much one of the only genres still being experimental, still pushing the limits, still doing something new. And some of the most, if I think nowadays, the most talented musicians play metal. Guitars, drums, you know, even vocals. I think all of what metal is the most talented musicians who live on this earth today. My opinion. That, just saying, that is my opinion. That is how I look at it. And he wouldn't give me anything. He wouldn't give me any kind of, like, he would not give me any, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he wouldn't admit any of it. Let's just say that. He wouldn't give me he wouldn't give me the credit where the credit's due. It's like, if you don't like it, that's one thing, but you have to at least admit that these guys are freaking killing it at the instruments that they play. They are the masters of their instrument. You just have to admit it. It's whether you like it or not. The caliber to which they're playing, pretty much no genre plays nowadays. And he kept saying, you know, it wasn't Brad Paisley. It was, he said Garth Brooks is the best guitarist who's ever lived. And I was like, yeah, right, dude. I guarantee he could not play most metal songs ever. Ever. I mean, not ever. He could, not to say he couldn't practice and do it, but I'm like, from what I've heard, that's complete bullcrap. But anyway, I'm giving a lot of my opinions, and I have a lot of biases, and I am extremely open about them. I am telling you right now, I do not like country, but I have an open mind, and I will give it a shot. I'm not just, I do look at it objectively. Everybody has a bias. Everybody's going to have, you know, everybody's going to have their opinion is often based on bias, and it's, you know, your music taste and all sorts of other things. And so I'm going into this with as open of a mind as I can have, and I'm going to look at it objectively, and I am going to be brutally honest about all of it. And don't expect me to review any country after this, just saying, like, I know people are going to flood the comments with, what about this country? No, like, I might get to some of them eventually, but I mean, that this is like, I am branching out and like trying out all different kinds of genres, but I am not diving super deep into country. That's just not what I'm going to do. This is about the deepest I'm going to dive in right now. I'm doing 6 songs. Like, come on, dude. I'm doing 6 songs from a guy who said that, like, he says he has like over 6,000 songs of country, like, that he's dove into his whole life. And he said that these are the 6 best songs country has to offer, in his opinion. So that's what I'm doing here. That, you know, I gave him my 6 songs, and I will even tell you them. I gave him Universal Truth by Opeth. Barely even, like, pretty much a used to be metal band that, you know, they're still metal, obviously, in their instruments and stuff, but they're way mellowed out from what they used to be. Love Opeth. So good. But that song is like their most mellow song. Okay, I gave him these, really quick, I gave him these 6 songs, and that was the first one. And he didn't even listen to the whole thing. He said he couldn't handle it. He wouldn't even listen to my songs. He got like halfway through the first song and was like, nope, I'm not listening to it. I'm like, dude, I am going to listen to your songs, bro. Like, we exchanged, I don't think I finished the story on that. My bad. So basically we ended the conversation with, I'll give you my best 5 songs if you give me your best 5 songs. And then he couldn't pick 5. He had to do 6, and I did 6 as well. So that's how we came here today was, you know, I basically was like, dude, I'm a believer in show don't tell, man. We can have this debate all day long. You just give me your best songs, I'll go review them, and I'll give you my best songs, and you can go listen to them. And and then I told him, when you come back, you better tell me your favorite song. And when I come back, I will tell you my favorite song. So I'm going to try to look at it in the most positive way I can look at it. And at the end, I'm going to have to tell you guys my favorite song. I'm going to have to pick a favorite. I'm going to have, you know, so anyway, I completely forgot to finish that story. That is my bad. But going back to what I was saying before, so the list I gave him, Universal Truth by Opeth was number 1. Number 2 was Sound of Truth by As I Lay Dying, and that was just a coincidence that Truth was in both of the titles. And then there was Scene 6 Home by Dream Theater, and then I gave him A Wasted Hymn by Architects, 11th Hour by August Burns Red, which was probably the heaviest song I gave him. And then I gave him, oh crap. It escaped me just now of the other song I gave him. I just basically just wrote them down and just threw it to him. And I have a lot of favorite songs. I'm trying to remember which one I wrote down. Oh, shoot. It wasn't Contortionists. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's my favorite song. It's literally my favorite song. Injury, Disease, Madness by Between the Buried and Me. Duh. Sorry. Had a brain cramp there. I knew it was just not coming to me. But anyway, so that was the list I gave him, and he didn't even get through the first song. And I'm going to send him a link to this video when I'm done to prove to him I actually did listen to it, and he's gonna hate everything I'm about to say. He's gonna hate all of it, and I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, and I don't mean any disrespect by any of this. I am just telling the story exactly how it is and giving my opinions. So, anyway, so that was the story. That was the songs I gave him, and I'm sorry, bro. And I know if you ever even get this far into the video, the song I gave you, bro, is borderline just. It's pretty much just rock, a pretty heavy rock song. Universal Truth by Opeth, like, and that's a solid song, dude. His vocals are so good. He wrote all the lyrics himself. All the lyrics, he plays a guitar, he's singing and memorizing the words, dude. That's so much to do. And like most artists nowadays, like especially in the really popular scene, have multiple people writing their stuff. And a lot of music nowadays, they don't even use instruments. They use a computer. Yay. No. Gosh dang it. Music, popular music, get like generic crap that's on the radio, get better, please. Please, bro. Anyway, I've done a lot of ranting. This is going to be a very long video, but I have to just disclaim everything in the beginning before I start this. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know. He said the second song was like the saddest song he's ever heard in country. So, and then he dove in and told me like his favorite songs and why and all this other stuff. According to him, this is like the very deep that he's dug into. By the way, forgot to mention, I do have a cousin who's a huge country fan, who he gave me his, and I just hiccuped, he gave me his like top 6 or 7 country songs, and I freaking hated all of it. And my problem is, a lot of country music, it's like, okay, what you're talking about, okay, you have a story you're telling, which most of them are pretty dang similar. They're pretty much the same story. But it's written just so, like, it was written for an elementary school kid, dude. Just, like, way too simple. Like, be profound, dude. Like, and I'm obviously used to metal where it's like, dude, it's like literal poetry. Like, just in-depth, like, they wrote a story. Not only did they write a really good story, but they wrote it in, like, the most intricate, like, poetic way you could possibly listen to. And obviously people were, I don't understand screaming, so I wouldn't know that, or whatever. I've been having these debates my whole life, so I know what most people say, dude. Anyway, I've ranted for far too long, and I'm really sorry about it, but I am pretty certain I'm gonna get destroyed in the comments after this, and I don't really care, dude. Like, you can voice your opinion just as much as I'm voicing mine. That's totally cool. We can hash it out and have a nice conversation in the comments section, bro. But please, and please, bro, I'm please broing you. Do not, like, just come at me and be like, oh, like, well, you're just a metal guitarist. You're just this, that, or the other. You're this, that, and the other, and your opinion doesn't. Dude, I've been listening to music in depth my entire life since I was 4 years old, when my brother gave me my first album, The Color and the Shape by Foo Fighters. And ever since, like, rock has been my I guess my starting point, and I've dug super deep into rock. Love rock. It's amazing. But anyway, like, I have dug into a lot of genres, not all genres. I've stuck to where I love, I'll be honest, I have, but please, have mercy on me. These are just my opinions, and please do not, don't riot, bro. Please, let's all be friends after this. Let's try to all be friends. I love you guys, and I will give credit where credit's due. I promise you, and I hope you do the same for me. Oh, bro, I've been putting this off for too long, bro. I've been literally just delaying time because I know what I'm getting myself into, bro. Like, country fans, they, like, not to say you guys aren't cool, bro, but you guys are very passionate about it, and yeah, I can see the flood coming. See it coming. Oh my gosh. All right, so first song, I Can Still Make Cheyenne by George Strait. All right. And this was his number 1 pick. You guys ready for this? I've been building up the hype. And I'm gonna try to get. I told him to do the same thing. I'm like, dude, with metal, you got to get out of your own way, bro. You got to just let the music do what it wants to do to you. Like, don't let your personal biases. Like, you got to put them away for a second. I'm gonna do my best to do that. I'm gonna do my very best. I can tell you right now, I hate the twang. I hate the twang and I hate about most things they talk about. Like, it does not resonate with me at all. But it's okay, bro. I'm gonna press this play button here, and I'm gonna do my freaking best to if there's things about it that just irritate me, I'm gonna try to ignore those, and I'm gonna try to focus on the things I like about it. But I'm gonna tell you about things I don't like about it too. All right, I'm done delaying time. We're gonna get into this. All right. Okay. Song number 1. Let's go. I'm already really liking that violin. All right, we're good. That's pretty good. Okay, so far, like, man, dude, it really does sound like it's like artificial twang. But his voice is very nice, actually. That end note that he did was actually really nice. Loving the instruments, by the way. I actually, like, seriously, you take out his vocals for sure. Like, I would, yeah, that's really good. I love me my string instruments, dude. The background, like the actual like production and the instruments, so far pretty good. Don't like the twang. All right. Yeah, dude, this whole thing about cowboys and rodeos, bro, that is the absolute furthest thing from anything I would ever be in my entire life. Just the thing about country and everything, it's like a big part of it is that you relate to it, all this other stuff. So, like, I'm just saying right now, so far, instruments awesome, guitar is pretty good. It's production great. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I'm just speaking off of my opinion of, like, bro, cowboys, rodeos, wearing the freaking cowboy boots, all that stuff, dude. I didn't know. I am Mr. Wear all black, wear band shirts, dude, with the Bieber hair, I guess. Dude, like, oh man, I am metalhead from head to toe, bro. So when you start talking about stuff like that, it's like, yeah, can't relate, bro. Never lived on a farm, but I mean, just putting my bias. I'm being honest about my bias, okay? But so far, yeah. We'll keep going. Like, I know Cheyenne's a city in Wyoming, bro, but like, I just love the just how like it's just like the biggest stereotype of like what a country song is, bro. Just completely lives up, man. Just going to Wyoming on your rodeo, like. I get you're telling a story, bro, but and a lot of the like lyrics are just so just way too simple. Like when he was talking about like him looking at he gave the phone like one last look or whatever he said. It's like really, dude. That was you could see that from a mile away. Like it's almost like in your mind that would be like the simplest thing that you could think he was going to say, and then he says it exactly how you would stereotype it, and you're like, okay, bro, like, yeah, I thought you were gonna be a little bit more intricate than that, but anyway, the actual instruments are really good though, really good. Just so far the story, not cutting it for me, and all the stuff about the generic like cowboy rodeo stuff. It lives up to its country name. We'll put it that way. All right, one song down. Yeah, like seriously, like even with all the song in its entirety, exactly how it is, that was just like playing like when I'm out like getting like a burger somewhere or whatever. Yeah, dude, for sure, bro. Give me that. Way better than pop music. I'll take that for sure. I can ignore everything he's saying in his twang and listen to that really nice violin with the just really peaceful guitar and everything. Yeah, dude, for sure, bro. Give the way better than pop music, 100%. But yeah, like because I know like because especially because like the conversation I was having with my coworker, it's like a lot. Basically, his core thing about what he loves about it is what it's talking about, and it's just like for me, dude. It's like, man, dude, you have not dug anything into metal, bro. Like, there's things that will make you feel things you never thought you could feel, bro. Just saying. Because like, it's like, oh man, dude. All I took away from this story, like, I was paying attention. All I could, it's like he does his rodeos and everything. He's like, he's coming home. Oh, well, you're not coming home because actually I'm with a non-rodeo man. I'm with yeah, okay. So, but I'll still make Cheyenne, whatever. Okay. And it's like, talk him about looking at the phone and he just looked at it and looked away. I take it that she was calling him and he just looked at it and walked away, I guess. And then, like, I mean, he repeated the chorus, I think, like 3 times. So, and there really wasn't much like anything worth anything to me in the verses in between. So I don't know, dude. A pretty pointless story to me. Like as far as the story goes, doesn't resonate with me, bro. And I really couldn't care less. But his voice is good. I will say his voice is good. Just didn't care about what he was talking about. But his voice is good. It's a really nice, relaxing song. The instruments are great. So, yeah. So far, this song is like a, yeah, all right, dude. I mean, I would never, ever in a million years put this on in my car. But I mean, if it's like in the background when I'm going to eat somewhere, yeah, dude. Which, sure. Better than most of the crap that's being played everywhere else. So, not saying this is crap. This is definitely not crap. They just like, extremely far from being my cup of tea, bro. But yeah, so I'm gonna say, story was no, and very generic, very uh, stereotypical. Just talked about literally what every country song talks about. I mean, come on, dude. Um, and so yeah, that. But his voice is nice, and the instruments were nice. So next song, let's go, bro. Okay, so we got Whiskey Lullaby. He said this is the saddest country song he's ever heard. So, I'm sorry if I'm covering up any of my big freaking chair. Thought something was crawling up my leg. Okay, let's get to this. Whiskey Lullaby. Dang, dude, that was probably the best country song I've ever heard, for sure. Actually, like I would say, um, uh, most country doesn't get like that dark and that like. I mean, some of it does, but usually it's in a pretty like wussy way. I would say, it's my opinion from a lot that I've heard. Um, but like I felt like that one was very clever, clever, and very well thought out. This song that in a very interesting way, like how the story was told from like his perspective up until when he died, and then she came in together, and then it switched off to just her telling her story until she died, and then they sang together until it ended. That was really cool. That's actually like probably one of the most unique things I've ever even heard from a country song. Like, like, um, yeah, just like country usually it just doesn't get that creative. It's pretty simple and very straight to the point and very just like okay, that's what it is. But like I felt like there was a lot more here to like dissect and be like okay, that's a really cool concept, um, and it's from what I gathered from the story, it was like like he loved her, but I forgot exactly what it was that was about in detail, but basically he loved her, but like she didn't notice him or didn't love him back or something of the fact. But he drank his pain away, and then with his death, she could was oh he was trying to sorry. Let me go back. So he was trying to drink to forget her until basically he drank himself to death, is what I gathered from that. My initial reaction, I thought he said he shot himself. So I was like, when he said pull the trigger, I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like, geez, you just killed yourself, bro. Like that sucks. But then especially on the second time around, okay, pull the trigger to just keep going on drinking is what I gathered from that. But yeah, the instruments also gave it exactly what it needed. Like some of the, especially towards the end, the guitar was really, I really liked the guitar in the ending. And then also, I really liked her voice a lot more than his, actually. I thought hers was very pretty. She had a really pretty and soothing voice. But yeah, it's actually like a pretty good song. Like, it did have like a more interesting story, not one that's relatable. I don't drink, but it's just like it was an interesting story to listen to. Again, I probably would. It'd be the closest thing that would get me to like maybe like hey, maybe I'll listen to the song sometime. But I don't really get like I don't know. I'm not a very like emotional person. Like only people who I really care about, and even then, it's like I don't know, bro. Like life's just too short to be sad. Like if I want to feel something or whatever, like it's I don't know. Like this reminds me of a song called Cassie Acoustic by Flyleaf. That's what this song reminds me of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is about her sister who was in the Columbine shooting, because the main part is like she had a gun pointed to her head. Say, do you believe in God? Say yes to pull the trigger. She said yes, and she killed her. That song will make me cry. Like if I'm feeling those feels, like where I want to feel like sad, then I'll go like I don't usually want to feel like that. I like feeling happy. It's way better. But there's definitely songs that's kind of reminded me of. That was the number one that kind of reminded me of. But this song I would so far I'm putting as my favorite one he's showed me so far is this one. I didn't even stop it. I didn't even stop it. I was like, let's hear what he's, see where this goes. But still some of the parts were, well, again, it's country. It's written in a way that I don't really like prefer it, but I don't really have like anything like majorly negative to say about the song. It's a creative, well written song. Like I can't deny that they put a lot of thought into that song. Like especially compared to what everyone else is doing these days. And like if 2017 is really when that was released, this has probably got like, I'm sure when this song came out, it was like groundbreaking. It was like, oh my gosh, like a really unique like a creative country song that's been written in the last like 15 years. What? Like I could imagine people going pretty crazy like back in 2017 if that's really when this came out. I'm just gonna put that right there just to remind me that that's the one I like the most so far. But yeah, it's still not something I would really want to listen to, like on my own. And again, I'm going to listening to metal, listening to rock, listening to some. Yeah, that's pretty much my main two. I have a little bit of like indie and some electronic stuff I listen to every now and then, but I love metal, bro. It's just so good. I recommend it for those who haven't listened to it. Start with Universal Truth and then go down the list I mentioned earlier. But anyway, and if I can get through these, bro, yeah, you can get through those. Trust me, they're amazing, amazing. Like, come on, bro, so good. Listen to that list I sent earlier. I'm just gonna keep saying that so I can just delay more time. You know what I mean? All right, we'll get through this. We got. Oh wait, I didn't even introduce what song this is. This is "Look at Me" by Alan Jackson, and I don't remember what he had to say about the song, but let's do it. All right, for sure the weakest one so far. Absolutely, like that's typical country for me. Just I did not like his voice like at all. Like yeah, that one. I was going back and forth. Like I was going back and forth of okay, do I pay like, try to pay attention to like how he's singing. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, listening to what he's trying to say, what he's saying. I don't really care what he has to say. It's not. It really is just a cheesy love song that is just repeating the same few phrases pretty much out throughout the whole song, and then the instruments were just pretty seemed just chill, relaxing, but not in like a good way. Like the other two, just it was a lot more like they did it way better than they did it in this song. In this song, it was just kind of like, all right, you're trying to like mimic what they were doing, but it's not even close to being as good. It's just like if I were to take out the his vocals and just listen to the instruments, oh man, that would just it, like boring elevator music to me, bro. That it was just 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 like all right. I mean, this is nice to maybe fall asleep to, bro, but like this song is boring. So yeah, not a fan of this one. Just his twangy. I wouldn't. It just yeah, like the way he was coming. It's hard to describe exactly what I was hearing. I was trying to like just get through it. I'm not gonna lie. This song was more of just like, all right, let's just get through this one. But yeah, just how his twanginess was. Just was like, oh, it was really cheesy. That's what I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for. It's very cheesy, bro. I'm saying bro a lot tonight. Oh, it's one of those days. Just one of those days, man. All right, we're putting this. Yeah, we're gonna leave it right where it is. That's fine. Okay. All right, so we got Cody Johnson, Fenceposts. Okay, and again, I don't really remember what he had to say about this one, but let's do. Just written just way too simple, dude. I hate that like these guys are the ones getting like the popular opinion of like, oh, like the amazing writing in their vocals. It's like, dude, look up like almost any like metal song, dude. It's written so much more profoundly, bro. And they get no recognition for it. Like even the love songs they make, dude, are just so much better. And like the emotional songs is just like written just like, oh my gosh, like just it cuts you deep in a way of just like how profound it is, you know? It's just so simple in a way that's just too simple. Sorry, I had to say it. Oh my gosh. Typical. Let's just get married, not tell them till later, bro. Just yeah, come on. Well, let's. I know they don't want us to. Like I know, like yeah, they don't like me for whatever reason. But yeah, once we sign those papers, bro, we'll tell them. We'll tell them after. Instruments are pretty decent though. Dude, just so... Seriously, dude. It's so cliche. He writes exactly like what you would think a country song would... We could talk about, dude. Come on, man. Like, come on, dude. Really? Seriously. It blows my freaking mind how popular this stuff is, man. Like, some of it's, not to say some of it's pretty alright. Or pretty good, even. But, dude, like, it's so simple, man. It's not in a good way either. It's in a, oh my gosh, that took you like what, 5 minutes to come up with that rhyme, bro? Come on. Just sorry, dude. It's just I'm used to a way deep, like thinking way deeper than this. I'm having to like, oh, holy crap. Like that's usually the kind of songs I'm listening to. It's just like I'm if you guys are interested, I'll give you a list. I will put a list of some of the best lyrics I've ever freaking heard. And yeah, I'll do that if you want me to. I'm just lost for words right now, man. All right, I'm putting that on the hate list. That's like the worst one so far. We're putting that. I guess we'll just keep it where it is. That's. Oh man, dude, that is the most typical country song I've ever heard. Just. Come on, bro. Really? How does that song mean anything to you, bro? I don't care, man. My parents will just meet. They just never mind. I'm not even gonna reason with this. I'm not even reasoning with it. I'm just. Some of the instruments in the background weren't too bad, bro, but the thing about it is with like dissecting these is that like not only like with my friend like his whole point was what they're talking about. So it's like, hey, if that's what drives like a lot of people to loving this, come on, bro. Come on. I can give you so many songs. Rock, metal, freaking I'll find some indie songs for you too that mean way more, written way better. Whatever, man. Just thinking out loud here. I'm sorry. This is 2 more songs. All right? We've got, I would say the first 2 were good. Whiskey Lullaby and I Can Still Make Cheyenne, even though I don't give a freak about what he was talking about. The instruments were far better than the last 2 we listened to. All right, this is Bless the Road by, who's this even by? The Rascal Flatts. All right. And he actually gave me 2 Rascal Flatts songs. So, all right. Hopefully this is hopefully this is good. We'll see. That was very dull for me. Also, when that electric guitar came in, he was like soloing or whatever, dude. He freaking butchered that crap, man. It was horrible. Like that was sketchy, dude. It wasn't clean at all. It wasn't it literally I could, especially towards like the end of the first one. It sounded like there was a few actual like f ups in it, dude. Like he come on. This is coming from a very spoiled guitar listener, bro. Listen to like metal, bro. Please listen to metal, especially like if you're gonna dive into some of the best like metal has to offer, dude. I mean, dude, come on, bro. The guitars are just uncomparable. They are so good, and that was not impressive. That guy, like, it was not as good as he thought it was. That is for sure. He's probably thinking, I freaking killed it, man. It's like, I am telling you right now, me personally, I can shred way better than that. I'm not trying to compare myself, dude. I'm not trying, and I am not like a great guitarist. I think I write very good like sounding music, and I'm a pretty decent guitarist. I would say I'm a pretty decent guitarist. Freaking way better than that. I'm just saying. I'm not tooting my own horn by any means. It's just like I I've written solos that would just annihilate that. Not I mean obviously I'm playing in a completely different genre in a completely different way. I get that. I'm just saying it was just not as good as that guy thought it was. That's all I'm saying, dude. I'm gonna get annihilated by you guys in the freaking comments. I know it right now, but I just don't know. The song was, I was already painfully getting through it, and that was just enough to be like, all right, come on, man. That was not a good solo, not even close. A very messy solo, and that was what I was. I am so trying to process what's going on right now. Messy was the word I was looking for. Extremely messy, not clean at all, not it. Just the guy struggled through that solo. I'm just saying, bro. Okay, we got Skin Sarabeth by Rascal Flatts. Oh, please have this one be better. Please have this one be better. And I'm sorry, I really don't have much to say about the other one. Like, there was nothing that stood out to me where I was like, it was just bland country to me. I'm just being honest. Bland Country was the last song, and then that solo came in, and I'm sorry, bro. Just. So far, so good. Sorry, and I should have mentioned this earlier. I really, really don't like his voice. Of all of them, he has the worst voice in my opinion. It's just, it's not for me, bro. I'm not saying he's a bad singer. It's just far from doing it for me. my gosh, dude. Dude, you start talking about the prom, bro. Come on, man. That's so cheesy, dude. It's just so cheesy. My gosh, dude. And it's just written just seriously like an elementary school kid, man. Like, it's exactly as you predicted it, like, in the way where, like, they're gonna say something a little bit more profound, right? I'm scared. What is it? Sarah Beth is scared to death. It's like, oh my gosh, like, all of his rhymes are like, just don't rhyme, man. It would have been way better. Because your rhymes are just way too freaking simple, dude. Like, man, I have gone pretty far into this channel without swearing. And I have been very close. Very close a few times. I'm trying to, like, I'm trying not to swear in my videos, bro. As I've, even bleeped them out of some of the songs and stuff. And, dude, yeah, this is... I'm sorry, bro. I am so sorry. This is just... I just do not understand the appeal. I do not understand the appeal of why this is such, like... I'm pretty sure the last I mean, I could be completely wrong, but the last I looked is that... in America, country is like the number one genre that people listen to. And I just freaking do not get it, bro. This stuff is just way too simple. Way too simple. The way it's written, it's pretty much worse than some pop I hear. Like, a good, I wouldn't say majority. I've definitely heard some generic pop that was written more profound and written less like a freaking elementary school student than this. I'm just saying. It's just the rhymes are just like, okay, all right. I'm gonna, you know what? I was about to do something really stupid. Okay. I'll show. I'll do it. I'll save it for after the song. Okay. Thank goodness it's over. Oh, man. And I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm like almost 10 years out of high school, man. Prom, dude. Like, bro. I like walked out of my own prom because I was like, dude, like this is freaking boring, man. Let's just go do something fun. And we all went and did something way more enjoyable. What was it? Dude, I think we just like literally like went and just like had food. We went to like, what was it? I think we went to like Chick-fil-A or something, dude. Like, that was way more enjoyable than being there, like doing that crap, dude. Freaking come on, dude. Just, man, dude, let's talk about some real life issues here. going to prom, like, what, and she didn't have hair or something? I don't care. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Oh, goodness gracious, man. Just, I'm sorry. Just, yeah. Whiskey Lullaby, I can still make Cheyenne. So that one, I will make, I can still make Cheyenne or whatever. The instruments were pretty good. I couldn't care less about what he was actually talking about. Whiskey Lullaby actually had an interesting story, was the only one with an interesting story at all, and the instruments were the best out of all of them too, easily. So, I don't know, man. I struggled through like the last like 3 or 4 songs. Just so simple. And this is what I was going to show you guys this earlier. Just, what was it? So like, I'm talking about like the rhymes, bro. Like just okay. Like already the first part of this song's lyrics. Like so this is a metal band. The first part is sweat on the brow runs over faces made of snow. There comes a time in life when death may come too slow. That's already way more profound than like most of those songs in that one lyric, which was written by one person, the vocalist who also plays a guitar. Just, man, dude, like, and you could go through this whole song. You have waited far too long, but spring is set in bloom. You have conquered love inside, yet sorrow is your doom. Like, come on, man, that's actually that's the actual poetry. That is like, you had to think like hardly, like, oh, wow, that's really in depth, man. Like, that's okay. Just, I mean, this is just one single metal song, dude. One. There are so many written just as profoundly and even more profoundly. Like, I'm just talking like a song I heard today that I love this song. The song is awesome. But I'm just saying, dude. And this is also the song that my coworker didn't even get through. Like, he didn't even listen to the whole song. This song is written better than all of those songs, dude. Like, the actual, like, rhymes and the in-depth story, like, and his voice is amazing. I'm sorry, I know this is about country. I know I'm, like, flexing right now on them about how simple their freaking songs are, but I cannot help but, like, bands who get so little recognition for what they do, and their songs are significantly better in like every way. Just every way. I'm gonna give you one more. Like, oh, we'll do the last. That one's also really good though. Okay, we're gonna do 2 lyrics from this song from Opeth. At sunrise Friday morning, a haven for your sins. The written dedication etched into your skin. That's clever, bro. That's clever. The day in zenith now, you made it through the night. Voice of perdition came and went far out of sight. Like, just come on, dude. Just, oh man. Just, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just being honest about why I just don't, like, I will never, ever in a million years be a country fan. It's like, okay, you had one song that's like, all right, bro, like, you could get me on board to be like, all right, what else you got? You know what I mean? Like, the Whiskey Lullaby one's like, all right, that's a clever song. It was well written. It was very, just a lot of thought went into it. It was really good. It was outside the norm. All right, well, it's just like, well, all right, well, what else do you have that is somewhat intriguing? Nothing? Apparently nothing. I'm sorry, but I have song after song after song after band after band after band that I could just, and dude, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna go any further. I'm not gonna dig myself into a deeper hole here. I'm just if anybody's a country fan out there that's watching this video right now, like those songs I listed earlier, I will link those in the description, and please Like, I had to go way far out of my comfort zone to listen to these 6 songs. I went way out of my comfort zone, and I gave them the best chance I could get. Like, I could give them the best I had to offer. Just please, okay, and I'm gonna urge you, the songs, if you do decide to listen to them, I want you to follow along with the lyrics, because I know you can't understand them. You know, most people who just hear metal for the first time, they have not grown accustomed the ear to understand what they're saying. So, and other vocalists pronounce better than others. I get it. So, but you can read what you can follow along with them and listen to the instruments, and you can come back to me. I gave your freaking stuff a chance, dude. Just do me a solid and do the same for me, because that was rough, dude. Especially the last few songs, just, man. All right. Thank you for the suggestions, though. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the suggestions. Musically, they're not terrible. They're not, like, they're decent musicians. Like, they're most of what I heard is pretty average. Like, that's pretty average. It's nothing. None of that was like spectacular and or even close to like being, whoa, dude, like, did you hear, like, that's a pretty crazy point. That's some, wow, like, you know, it's moody, but as far as like the technicality and all that stuff, and like all of it is very just basic stuff, basic lyrics and basic song structure. Just, I'll never be a country fan, bro, but I gave it a shot. And this was the first 3 songs we listened to caught me by surprise. I was like, all right, dude, all right, that's not what I was expecting. This, all right, and then the last 3, nope, not even close, baby. No. And I'm just gonna, I know this has been a long video. I've been ranting for a very long time, in the beginning, throughout, and the ending. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm sorry, and I'm all over the place. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts right now. There was a lot I just went through. Oh, man. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for, if you made it this far, thank you. You guys are troopers. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you next time. We'll see what's left in store for us next time. All right. Bye-bye.